As spawning in the top left-hand corner of Golden Aura, we have the South Korean Terran player, the Red Terran, representing Team Hyper 1. It is HonMonO. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the American Protoss player, the Blue Protoss representing Virtus Pro. It is Astrea. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is time to get your gamba going, as predictions are now open. Place your bets on who you think will take the series. Best of luck. Astrea is coming in as the heavy favorite, is what I will say. At the same time, though, HonMonO is an animal. HonMonO is a beast. HonMonO, what does he do in this matchup? Time and time again, 2 base all-ins. Just non-stop all-ins, pull the boys left and right whenever he can, even 1 base all-ins. It is what HonMonO is known for. He's known for hyper-aggression in this matchup. He can macro, don't get me wrong. He can macro, but even then his macro is also... Oh my god, as the SCV goes down. Worker does fall this probe with 1 kill already. He's got the 1 kill. So a better start for Astrea. Meanwhile, across the map, eBay block here on the low ground. HonMonO will delay the expansion and will force, potentially, the unnatural natural. As the eBay is almost done. And Astrea is going to be forced to expand elsewhere. The probe will confirm. Hold up, where is the expansion? Where is the CC? What's going on? Now he knows. Now Astrea realizes what's going on. And he's forced to expand here towards the left-hand side. SCV also on patrol. Will delay even further. Forcing the triangular third instead. I just say very exposed expansion for Astrea. Going to be very awkward to defend both the main base and the natural at the same time, especially considering that what HonMonO is known for. What he's known for is all-ins. So this might be an awkward defense for Astrea. We'll see. So the factory is on the way. HonMonO should be expanding from here. Again, this should still be leading into 2 base play, but I mean, it's HonMonO. We'll see. As HonMonO is opening up double Cyclone, and I'm curious if HonMonO is going to go mass Cyclone. HonMonO does have many builds up his sleeve, and one of them is just making non-stop Cyclones in this matchup. Now, this used to be a very common response to the unnatural natural. It used to actually be quite broken. I say broken. It used to be very strong and very powerful and very difficult to defend, but this was at the start of the year in the previous Cyclone patch. Back when the Cyclone was a lot more powerful, back when massing Cyclone was a lot more commonplace, that's when that was done. But here it looks like only 2. Only double Cyclone. HonMonO falling back on Hellions behind this. So double Cyclone into Hellion. As a reminder, it does take 3 Hellions to one-shot a probe. 2 Hellions with 2 shots. There you go, extra Hellions on the way. And the goal here is to threaten either the unnatural natural or the main. Kind of poke between the 2 of them, find an opening, find a weak point, and then dive in. You'll see HonMonO splitting up his army, trying to distract Astrea. Again, Astrea is spread thin. 1 probe goes down. Hellions rolling in. Again, you can see HonMonO trying to keep the attention of Astrea here at the natural. Astrea does have a spotter pylon. Will have time to react. Cyclone's getting in a lock-on, picking off the Adept. Hellions, they dive in! Ooh, 4 Hellions into the main base, forcing a recall. And HonMonO doesn't commit, doesn't take the risk, he pulls away, going for the natural. And Astrea out of position. Probes are going down. Good positioning with that Stalker, does wall off. Slow warp in to defend. The probes, they're lighting up! Oh my god! Casito, barely not. Yeah, the Hellions, they do not get in. Only 4 probe kills, that could have been so much worse. Astrea holds. Whew. Astrea does hold on. Does survive. Only 4 worker kills. And HonMonO backs off. Does retreat back, getting his natural up and running. Whew, we can take a moment. we can take a breath, we can calm down, and we can settle in. Ooh, Astrea even taking out another Cyclone. Not bad. Hellions rotating around. Remember, they do 2 shots. Second volley comes in. Up! Oh my god. That barely not shield battery does top off those probes. That's going to be 4 more probes going down, though. A lot of damage. Same time, Astrea picking off a tank. Nice pick off. 1 tank goes down. Astrea does defend. Now he's moving out with his entire army. Blink is done. That's a lot of stalkers. And Astrea is getting ready for the dive. Baits out the tank shots. Blinks in. Does focus it down. Ooh. Does get it in the end. Will bleed out a lot of stalkers in the process. A lot of stalkers falling. As the 3rd tank has arrived. More volleys going up. But I do appreciate this from Astrea. I mean, it's costing me a lot of stalkers. That's 4 stalkers to 2 tanks. That is a rough trade. But as it keeps the tank count low, that is going to weaken the all-in. Assuming that HonMonO does pull the boys. And it's HonMonO, so I feel like he will. Again, Astrea just keeping that tank count low. Once again, takes a shot to the face. Still building up. Astrea expanding, taking a 3rd. This 4th is fully saturated. HonMonO just trying to fortify himself. Now up to 2 tanks. Astrea once again trying to bait out those shots. Does think better of it. Dipping in with the observer. Can threaten the main. Marines are in position. And Astrea, he doesn't care. He blinks in. Stim is done. And Astrea is going to be punished for this. We're bleeding out 2 stalkers. Bleeding out 3 stalkers. Once again, a better trade for HonMonO, trading out minerals for gas. Astrea overextending. Astrea does overextend. Oh, scan reveals the observer. Goes down, nice pickup. And HonMonO is waiting for those medevacs. Once they pop out, he can push. Meanwhile, Astrea looks like his splash damage is not going to be Colossus. He's working towards Storm. HonMonO is getting ready. Ghost production has begun. Scan reveals the 3rd. Real saturation. And HonMonO, he has to make a choice. Does he commit? Does he break out? He's also spotted. Marines stimming in. Catching a stalker. Oh. Two stalkers left. Storm is about to finish. And I don't see a 3rd CC. I feel like it's almost time. Now, when it comes to these High Templar, of course, there are EMPs available. There are those Ghosts. So it's going to be a bit of a dance between those 2 units, those 2 spellcasters. A lot of Zealots are amassing here for Astrea. Astrea, he wants to fight out in the open with this many Zealots. HonMonO spreading out his forces. Clearing up stray Zealots. That's 3 High Templar, 3 Storms. Astrea catching out some of these Marines. Yeah, the army is split. HonMonO getting caught out. Widowmine shot doesn't go up. Nice feedbacks, nice Storm. But the High Templar, they go down. And HonMonO, he can commit. And now is the time. Stimming across the map. 1 Stalker left. There's 1 High Templar back at home. 2 High Templar. I believe there's 1 Storm ready. HonMonO does have an EMP. But the Storm is in the Prism. And that's a lot of Zealots. That's a lot of Zealots diving in. EMP misses. Does not connect. Zealots are poking in. Still no third CC behind this. HonMonO is committed. Oh, nice EMP on the Zealots. Jesus, that is still so many Zealots here for Astrea. Coming in from behind. It dives on the tanks. First tank goes down. Storm's coming in. Now zoned away. There's still 2 High Templar. Oh! Oh my god. First storm doesn't quite connect. There's 1 storm left. He's stimming in. Oh! Prism once again zoned away. He wants it! He wants the Prism! He gets it! Prism goes down! Uh-oh. And that's 0 High Templar. 0 storms left. Astrea has to evacuate. He gives up on the 4th. Reinforcements getting caught out. And HonMonO, he has to keep going. Scans ahead of time. Now there's 1 High Templar. Zealot's getting ready for the surround. Astrea is setting up. HonMonO rotating, is taking his time. That is giving more time for Astrea to build up that energy and get the storm ready. Yeah, he may not even need it. Comes in for the full surround. And he collapses on the main army. Tank falls. And the bio army just cannot hold its own. Massive losses here for HonMonO, but Liberators have arrived. He has freedom. Freedom is here. Is it enough though? Army pushing forward. There we go. The boys are being pulled. Of course they are. Flanking storms coming in. Oh! Massive storm on the army. Oh my god. An insane storm. The boys, are they too late? Did we tank some of those Zealot swipes? Not bad. Army stimming in. It's still close. Still very close. Once again, though, another surround. Zealots, they come in from behind. They sandwich the army. And it looks like Astrea, he should be able to clean this up. And he shuts down the main army, takes down the SCVs. It was close. Nice split there with those Zealots. HonMonO, he still has some Marauders left over. Still has an army to work with. Stutter stepping his heart out. Good mind shot. Oh my god. Good mind goes off, takes out the Zealots. Catching out the Stalkers. There are 2 High Templar. They're gathering energy as we speak. Immortal goes down. In a couple of seconds, they will have Storm ready. Again, Astrea, time and time again, he barely has enough energy for a Storm. Barely buys time. Meanwhile, HonMonO picking up his main, landing it as a 3rd. Let's go. Getting it saturated. The probe does get eyes on that saturation. Astrea is somewhat aware. And as the game goes longer, it's getting better and better for Astrea. He's just outscaling his opponents, getting into +2 now. Now a 2nd High Templar, 2nd Storm. And HonMonO was all in. He was essentially all in, and he almost broke Astrea, almost, but not quite. And now things are looking a little bit more bleak here for HonMonO. He backs off, and now does he decide to turtle? What's the plan? Does he pull the boys for a 2nd time? Does he turtle up and try to take a 4th CC? Or 3rd CC? What's it going to be? As HonMonO is falling behind in the supply. Does scan. There are now 4 High Templar. Settle around by moving out. One of the storms gets wasted. Snipes the High Templar. There's still 3 High Templar left. Storms do threaten. Zealots from behind. And that's clean up the Winter Mines. It's 3 Winter Mines going down. Oh! Pretty good Winter Mine connections, though. HonMonO races back home. He's up most of the zealots. Still 2-eye Templar. Oh, Liberty gets sniped. Astrea going for the mineral line, going for the run by. Storm grazes the army. And still another storm in the chamber, and here we go. HonMonO, he's all in. It's all or nothing. Here come the storms. Oh, the feedbacks even. That's EMP. Storm comes in. Not the best connection. HonMonO, can he break through this? Can he keep going? Overcharge gets popped. Nice EMP on the Stalkers. Stalkers getting zoned away. Zealots across the map are wreaking havoc, catching reinforcements. But there is another EMP. Oh my god. The storms though. The storms are brutal. Nexus goes down across the map. Oh, 19 SCV kills. High Templar is saved, just barely. I want to say there's still one storm behind this. And storm does connect. That was the final storm for Astrea. The boys are being pulled. HonMonO up against the wall. Trading against the pros with the probe kills. That's not good enough. And HonMonO, he's just running out of units, just barely running out of steam. GG gets called. There's nothing left. There's Astrea. He survives. He takes game 1. GG. Whew. GG. Well played. A very, very tense game as HonMonO was 2-base all in for 16 minutes. For a very long time. And there were some good moments there for HonMonO where he was able to avoid some storms or snipe some High Templar, snipe the Warp Prism, get some good Widowmine shots, but alas, it barely was not enough. And in the end, Astrea did survive. Does take a lead in the series. Does take a lead. GG, well played. Now we're getting ready for game number 2. Jumping into game 2, it's going to be on Oceanborn. Yes, HonMonO, Poppy. HonMonO. Let's go. As you can tell, I'm still quite tired. I did not sleep much last night. Not much at all. Smurge. After this cast, I'm most likely going to be going to bed. I'll take a nap and get ready for the next cast. For those that are curious, later on tonight, in how many hours time? In 9 hours. 9 hours from this moment, from this message, we will be casting the Wardy TV Monday. Wardy TV Monday is later on tonight. I say 9 hours. I think it's in 9.5 hours, correct? Yeah, 9 hours and 30 minutes. That should be enough to. That should be enough to get some sleep. You can see I'm like slurring my words. Ay. Should be enough time. But here we go. We're getting into game number 2, and spawning in the top left-hand corner of Oceanborn, we have the South Korean Terran player, the Red Terran representing Team Hydra 1. It is HonMonO. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponent, we have the American Protoss player, the Blue Protoss representing Virtus Pro, leading the series 1-0, 1 game away from advancing on to the Grand Finals. It is Astrea. Now, regardless of how this story ends, I do want to see an ace match. I would love to see a game 3 between these two players. But the pressure is on the most honorable of monorables. It's on HonMonO, Pat. It's on it. Let's go. So in the chat, he's a weeb and he's hung. Crazy combination. Dangerous combination. But yes, HonMonO, he does live in Japan. Is a South Korean Terran living in the land of Japan. And yes, he is a big weeb. Big weeb. something that is burned into my skull, and it's one of those things that I won't forget for the rest of my life, which is not a good thing. Is HonMonO, for those that are unaware, it was a couple of months ago at this point. I'm curious. You know what? I'll ask him after the series. I'll ask him when is the next Hon Made stream, as HonMonO did have a very interesting ladder session where he did a cosplay, did buy a maid outfit, so did wear a maid outfit. Not just that, because he was using cam from the neck down, was wearing a full-on maid outfit, and was even using a voice changer. Was using a voice changer to make him sound uwu, and went full anime waifu. It was a sight to behold. It was scarring. It was este HonMonO. Animal, papi, animal. Not like this. And I'm sure he still has the outfit. So one of these days it'll happen again. No. Pretty sure it was Hyper One's fault. I think Hyper One made him do it. I want to say he made him do it. I'm shaking my head. Not like this. I feel like you ask him every week. I should. I really should. I mean, wouldn't you? As this time Astrea is going to be the aggressor. Oh my god. Let's go. We do have our initial 3 gateways back at home, soon to be a 4th gateway across the map. Now Astrea, he may not have any upgrades, may not have blink, may not have glaives or charge, but he will have a lot of vanilla gateway units. Is looking to overwhelm. The pylon is done, and show us that 4th gateway. Show us that gateway. Is Astrea going to be reinforcing? Is he going to be reinforcing with... Okay, slow warp. Never mind. No 4th gate, just slow warp-ins. Let's go. Warping in 3 stalkers at a time. It's going to be 5 in total. HonMonO moves out. Does miss the warp-in. He's not fully aware. No bunker on the low ground. Oh, no bunker. No bunker in sight. Stalkers, they can trade well. The lock-on gets broken. Cyclone gets low. Marines are going down. And the game may just end here and now. As the boys are being pulled. Another lock-on takes down a stalker. One stalker does fall. Cyclone gets low. Nice control at HonMonO. He does save that Cyclone. Does pull away in time. Medevac has arrived. He can juggle. He can juggle, papi. Doesn't matter. That's still a lot of stalkers. Lock-ons are being broken. Cyclones are going down. There's 2 Cyclones left. The Marines, they just crumble before these stalkers. Again, just a little bit of greed here out of HonMonO. No safety bunker. I mean, he didn't know what was going on. And the stalker count is just snowballing out of control. 3rd Cyclone has arrived. Mule gets started down. Oh, the medevac falls. That means no more juggling, no more micro. Cyclone falls. There's 2 Cyclones left. Nice lock-ons though. Stalker's reinforcing. Trying to catch that final Cyclone. More SCVs going down. And HonMonO just desperately trying to hold on. Desperately trying to survive. Tank is on the way. Oh, down to 1 final Cyclone. And with these reinforcements, it looks like it's just too much. It looks like the back has been broken. Astrea, he pushes into the main, has broken the natural. A tank has arrived. But at this point, it may not matter. It may just be too late. As it's 11 SCV kills. It's 15 in total. Behind this Astrea, he's working towards Blink. Getting to his Twilight Council. Reinforcing with more Stalkers. And all that Astrea has to do is just contain HonMonO on 1 base. Just look to contain. HonMonO now saturating the natural. Does resaturate. Getting into additional tanks. And Astrea does back off for now. More arena depths. Link is halfway done. It's getting there. At least HonMonO does survive, but he's behind in workers. Behind in economy. Astrea, does he commit? It's tempting. Oh, he does! Commits to shade. Going for the tank. Yeah, boys are being pulled. Tank is going to go down. Or is it? The repairs! Oh, it's barely enough. HonMonO holds. HonMonO barely does hold. Saves the tank. There's a tank on the high ground as well. HonMonO, he's surviving. Behind this, Astrea getting his third up and running. Team fully saturated. Getting further ahead. Blink is now finishing up in 5 seconds. And HonMonO, he's just turtling up as best he can, getting up to 3 tanks. eBay, SimCity. Denying surface area. And Astrea doesn't have to push in. There's no need. At this point, Astrea just has to calm things down. He can take another expansion if he wanted to. Tech up. Into Storm, into Robo, into Colossus. The world is Astrea's oyster. And for now, it's going to be Charge or Archon as a response. Clicks away. HonMonO breaking out. And at this point, does HonMonO keep turtling? Does he expand or does he pull the boys? What's it gonna be? It's gonna be one or the other. Hung Weibo. Oh, God. Ay, ay, ay. As HonMonO is up to 4 tanks. Now moving out. And let's go, he pulls the boys! It's all or nothing for HonMonO. He barely held earlier. Now one way or another the game will end. Either he breaks Astrea or he dies trying. Stalkers from behind. Catching out those SCVs. Oh, they get caught instead. Storms are coming in. Storm is done. That's 4 High Templar. Tanks are sieging up. First couple of tanks go down. That's 2 tanks falling. Almost 3. Massive tank loads on the Stalkers. Not much to reinforce. But does HonMonO have enough? He bled out a lot of bio here. Trying to push out. And again, pushing into 4 storms. Does bait some of the storms out. 3 High Templar left. With energy. Overcharge gets popped. HonMonO once again trying to bait. Gets to sell it up. Going for High Templar, gets 1. Snipes a High Templar. Zells from the right hand side. HonMonO, he's able to siege up. Well, unsiege and siege up in time. Storm zones. There's 1 storm left, soon to be 2. But 1 storm for the time being. Astrea setting up for a surround. HonMonO threatening a stim. Freedom has arrived. Astrea said catching reinforcements. That's going to be a free tank. Yeah, tank gets picked up. Massive catch here for Astrea. HonMonO takes the big storm to the face. And there's 1 storm remaining. More Zealots reinforcing. HonMonO just doesn't really have enough. He's down to a handful of Marauders. The juggling. And more reinforcements. GG. Good luck gets called as HonMonO, he runs out of steam, and Astrea will take the series 2-0, advancing on to the grand finals. GG. GG, well played. Game 1 was very close. It was a very tight game where Astrea was barely holding on, and HonMonO, the all-in, just continued for 15 minutes, a 2-base all-in. Here in Game 2, a little bit different, where Astrea had momentum early on, was able to punish HonMonO, was able to contain him, was able to deny him, and instead he forced the all-in out of HonMonO, and alas, he just didn't really have too much sustain with that army. Did peter out over time. GG. GG, well played. Astrea will take the series. Astrea will be our second finalist. Congratulations. Congratulations. And with that, we have our top 2 players. We have Astrea versus Geralt in a best of 5 grand finals. Let's go.